the show with them. So I just want to thank Coach for that. And then to the game, I'm really proud of my kids. You know, when you look down at the score, sometimes it doesn't say how it really was or whatever, but Coach Cal pointed out to me, King, you beat us in the second half. I'm proud because my kids kept fighting. And when you're young and you get down big, and it's Kentucky, and they keep coming with All-American players, high school All-Americans when they were in high school, and they keep coming, you could get discouraged. But our kids did not get discouraged today, and I thought that they even fought harder in the second half, and I'm really proud of them for that.
Questions for the players, please?
For both of you guys, how much trouble did their zone give you, especially early, just with their length and size?
I felt like we thought they were gonna play man the whole game and get in the passing lanes and stuff. So when they did that, it was an adjustment for us, and we just didn't. I don't feel like we were composed enough in it. We were just kind of passing the ball around. I know for a while, me and Austin were just passing the ball back and forth instead of trying to make a play or something. So I think it shook us a little bit, and that's just on us.
Deion, same to you, please.
Just kind of piggyback off of Mike, almost about the same for me. I think that it rattled us a little bit, and people weren't looking to make plays as often, how they should. But I feel like we took care of it eventually because we started moving the ball more, getting it in the middle, high post, and started making plays.
And just my comment on that is, they started the game in man and they blocked our first 4 or 5 or 6 shots. That's what changes your kid's approach. And then you put a zone out there. Well, if they didn't block our first 5 or 6, we would still try to get in there. But once they punch your stuff off the glass early in the game, that makes you a little tentative. So then whatever defense is in there, you're not as quick to go after them.
Right here?
King, how tough is Kentucky or maybe any team if they're making a lot of shots from the perimeter?
No, that was the thing. We couldn't make them uncomfortable with our defense. They continued to move the ball. It was as impressive of ball movement. No kid tried to go one-on-one. And when you play that way and you share the ball like that, then you have kids that are really good players that will get open shots. And that's the key to college basketball. You know, all the kids want to get to the NBA game, but the college game is a beautiful game when you share the ball. And we shared it more than we normally do today, and got to 20 assists. So I think it's a deal where we can learn from them. I can learn from Cal to demand that you share the ball. He does not allow them to go one-on-one and do that stuff. He calls stuff to take advantage of matchups. But other than that, they're a group that shares the ball, and they're talented kids, so they're going to make open shots. Our defense could not speed them up. We couldn't push them off from where they wanted to catch, and that's just a credit to their strength and size.
All three you can ask, okay? Coach or the players.
For the kids, just what was the experience like being here in this building and just being able to play a game in this environment?
I mean, coming from Texas, I heard about the playing in Madison Square Garden all the time. So it was cool, but I just tried to treat it like another game, not get too hard, and then that's how you come out and just you're shook. But I mean, it was a cool experience. It's not that cool when you lose. So.
For you too, Deion, please.
Me being a freshman, this is all new to me. So I was pretty excited when I heard I was going to play in the Garden. But as Mike said, I just tried to treat it like another game and come out on fire.
King, you obviously haven't been afraid to play these games against the highest levels of competition. In what ways, in your experience, has it really benefited your team to play against these really top teams?
It's been incredible. People know who Monmouth is now. Okay, when I got here, nobody knew who Monmouth was outside of New Jersey. Well, now we're people know who we are. We got to play in the Garden. Today we got outmatched. It felt like our Carolina game last year. And this is a step up from just normal high major games. This is elite of the elite. And I think this team will continue to get better from dealing with these types of things. It just doesn't feel great right now because you know you got beat by a bigger, stronger team and you think that you're in a different place. So anytime someone can knock you down the way we got knocked down today, you got to regroup. But these games have been tremendous for our school. Let's not forget how much we've brought in because of these games. And he's from Texas, he's from Baltimore. Weren't getting kids like that before. We get kids from all over. And this year's team is a younger version of us. Okay, being in the Garden, you know, maybe if it's next year's team, we'll get another crack at playing these guys, and my guys will be a year older, and we'll look forward to an opportunity to try it again. But Cal is so gracious, and you know, 2 years against Kentucky. Monmouth hasn't ever done that. We played Carolina twice. We played almost anybody and everybody. So this has been a great deal for our school. You know, we have a Monmouth reception right now. We had a dinner last night. You know, we got new alums, all kinds of stuff going on. So these games have been tremendous for us.
Right here.
King P.J. Washington from Kentucky, he played several positions in their zone. As a basketball guy, what does that say, if it says anything?
No, PJ and Mike played with him in high school. Or I should say PJ played with Mike because Mike was the older brother in the situation. I got to meet that young man this summer when I did the USA basketball thing with Coach Calipari, and I got to be a court coach, and he happened to be on my team. And after the first scrimmage, Cal gave me some choice words to say to him, and I did not know who he was because I just recruit the guys we recruit and watch my guys. So I knew Hami because I knew him. I didn't know Kevin Knox. I didn't know who PJ was. The first day he didn't do that well. And I was like, you're supposed to be a main guy from what I'm hearing. Coach Calipari told me to tell you this, and you better start doing it. Well, from that point on, he was one of the better players at the workout. And then after a couple of days, I guarded him a few times, and I slapped the ball out of his hands, and he was like, come on, old fella. And I slapped it out of his hands again. And then he took it a little more seriously, and then he started showing me some of the things he could do. And when I got back, I asked Mike, I'm like, Mike, is he really that good? Because the talent is ridiculous. And he picked the right place to go because Cal is going to make it more talent. He's going to be a better talent when he leaves. But I just kept thinking, he said they were going to beat us by 35, and it's getting close to 35 right now. And I hope we can cut back into this lead and try to encourage my guys to keep playing. But that young man is as talented as anybody. I like the point guard number 22. I didn't know him as well. He's really, really good. Kevin didn't have as good of a game today, but I saw him at the USA tryouts. They're just such a good team. PJ's so talented. I don't know if he could play point guard, but he could play 2, 3, 4, and in college probably 5. So, and he might be able to do point. I just haven't watched him that much.
Okay, we're gonna go here and here. That's a wrap.
How far back do you go with Cal, and just what has that relationship been like through the years? Did he recruit you?
Cal recruited me hard. I probably got about 8,000 letters from Cal that are still at my mother's house, okay, when he was at Pittsburgh. And like, he was really good at it, you know, and when I started coaching, I started going back and looking at some of those letters to have ideas what to say to kids. And then when I got into coaching and just through the years, he's always been good to me. I'm friends with his assistants, Coach Robick and Kenny. All those guys are just good dudes. Tony Barbee, we were in the SEC together. And then when I got to do it with Cal at the under-19, you get to, I knew him, and I knew he was good, but he's great at this. And then he just remembers I was a young guy that he recruited, and he treats me tremendously well. And I just got a lot of respect for him. When I became a head coach, I said, Coach, are we going to be able to play? I'd love to bring my team. And he goes, how much money did Roy give you? And I told him the number. He said, well, we'll at least do that. And he kept his word. He did not have to play us. He did not have to do this. This helps us, our university, and everybody involved in our program more than it helps Cal. And not only did he do it this year, he's doing it next year. So that should tell you we're pretty tight.
All right, last question right here.
Micah, how's it like playing a skill level like Kentucky, and just you guys both have 18 months? How is it like playing with those guys?
was exciting because them being one of the top 25 teams, but again, I just came out like it was another game for me. I didn't like really care who was in the jerseys.
I like the same. It was cool. Definitely getting to play against Kentucky. You see them all the time, but like once you step on the court, like I just think of them as regular people. I mean, they're a lot of them. PJ, I played with him my senior year, his freshman year in high school, and we're still kind of cool. And I'm just happy for him. I don't know the rest of the guys, but I'm happy for PJ. See him still doing good. But like once we get on the court, I really don't think of you as anybody else, just another player.
I just, to finish up, I think that's why we have a solid program. These guys aren't just happy to play Kentucky. They wanted to win today. And this one was a big one. And, you know, we did win the second half. Even though it doesn't feel like it meant much that we did win the second half, the way they got away from us in the first half. But that's a very positive thing for our young group right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much.